Hi, I'm Carol Jurgensen-Sheets, aka Carol the Coach. Hey, that's Boo back there. Boo, say hi to everybody. There you go, buddy. And I haven't been with you for a while because I've been on medical leave, but I am back, and I am, as usual, I'm here to help you with your issues. Now, tonight I want to talk to you about partner trauma. I'm part of the Association of Partners of Sex Addicts Trauma Specialists. That means I'm part of APSATS. And that is a very specialized training program that teaches you how to work with partners. And so I feel so blessed not only to be a CSAT and to be able to be a certified sexual addictions therapist, but to also be, is he not cute? Also to be a clinical certified partner specialist. To be a specialist means we know what you need to get healthy. And what I know to be true is you are in the worst trauma of your life. Your whole world has been shaken. It's been rocked. And you're thinking, one, was everything that I believed a lie? Two, how could this have happened to me? And three, am I ever going to be okay again? Because when you love somebody and they do something that absolutely rocks your world, it rocks everything about you. And, you might have had great self-esteem. You might have. And so this rocks your world. Or you might not have had such great self-esteem. And so you wonder, is it me? Do I pick the wrong person? Did I not see the signs? Well, I'm here to tell you, no, you picked the right person. But what he did was wrong. And now you've got to get healthier. You've got to get healthier with him or without him. And I want to tell you some things that I believe will help you with that. It is imperative that when you've been through a trauma, you need to find safe people to support you. So think about your life. Who supports you? I'm asking you, who supports you? Who can you share this information with and know that clearly they won't be judgmental of you, they won't be judgmental of him, and they'll let you speak your truth. That is first and foremost what you need. Now, that may not be a family member. You might have to find an APSATS. Clinical therapists who really can help you with the trauma. So go to APSATS and look for somebody in your area. And if you can't find somebody, then email me. You can email me at carol@carolthecoach.com, and I'll get you to the closest person, or I'll get you somebody online like this, a recovery coach, a therapist who can talk with you via Zoom. Don't let anybody talk to you via Skype, because if you do, that's not HIPAA compliant, and you want to never be violated again. You want to be able to trust what's going on in your life. Okay. 2, after you find a supportive person, you want to be able to identify what your strengths are. And you may have seen some other videos that say, okay, just because your world is rocked doesn't mean that you are not an amazing person with a lot of confidence, who's self-assured, who is loyal, perhaps compassionate, who's loving, who's caring, who's tenacious, who's persistent, and who's determined. You've heard me talk about the fact that I want you to come up with 50 personality strengths like those 10 that I just mentioned to help remind you of who you are, and that no matter what happens in your world, you, and I do mean you, can hold your head high and know that he is not a reflection of you. Now, I teach that all around the world because oftentimes parents think their kids are a reflection of them. And although that may be true, most often not, it isn't. So, okay, he's not a reflection of you. I'm sure there were things in your marriage that were absolutely perfect, but those choices that he or she made have nothing to do with you. And I want you to believe that in your heart. Okay? And then the third thing that I want you to know is right now, while you've gotten this information, it's important to examine what can I do for self-care. Okay, now you say self-care. What the heck is self-care? Well, self-care is petting your puppy. Right, Boo? Boo Bear and I adore each other. And he makes me happy. He raises my vibrational energy. That's why he's always a part of the show. I rollerblade. I am 61, and I have to tell you that I do not let my age stop me from doing the things that I love. So, what I want you to know is that I rollerblade because it makes me feel young. 61, I'm rollerblading 12 miles a weekend. I adore it. Okay. I ski. I adore it. But I like being sedentary too. I don't know if you can see this. You see those books on that table? Those are all books that I got from Hay House. Hay House is the best motivational publishing company, and actually they do great radio. Hayhouse. That fulfills me, that inspires me, that makes me feel very, very positive. Okay, that's what I do. Now I'll tell you something else. I'm going to show you what I make. I bead. I like to just put beads together. I didn't do this. I bought a brooch and then I made the beads around it. Why? Because it brings me happiness. I love creating. I want you to create too. Maybe you're a painter. I've got a woman who's an amazing painter. She is my client and she's just starting out. She just gave up her job. And she is, I'm going to keep Boo in the background here. She just decided to paint for a living. Maybe you write poetry. Maybe you sew. Maybe you drywall. I wish I could drywall. I've tried that. I wasn't very good at it. So think about what it is that brings about self-care. It might be a bubble bath. You know, it really might be. Or it might be writing. You know, writing your memoir of what's happened to you. Writing in your journal. There are so many things that can bring you self-care. But if you don't do that, if your mind is constantly thinking about how he betrayed you, it takes away from you. And I'm here to tell you, I promise you, you've got to find happiness in your own life separate from him. And that's all about self-care. And that gives you your power. And I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to stay in your power. You know, Eleanor Roosevelt said, no one can make you feel inferior without your permission. Now, that's a hard lesson to learn, but what I know to be true is that you have to give up that sense of you. And I don't want you to do that. No matter what's happened to you, that's not about you. That's about what's happened to you. You are not that. You are you. And I want you to know who you are. So you know those 10 words I just mentioned? I picked them because they're me. And I know they're you too. Because, you know, women are strong, we're resilient, we're loving, we're caring, we're compassionate, we're loyal, we're tenacious, we're persistent, we're determined. We are all those things. Would you do me a favor? Here's your exercise. I want you to write down 50 things that you love about yourself. And then keep 3 of your favorites in front of you. You know, maybe you flip down your visor in your car and you see, I am tenacious. Or maybe you open up the medicine cabinet and you see, I am loyal. Maybe you flip open your favorite drawer and it says, I am creative. Maybe you open up your favorite book and it says, I am sensual. This really can affect your sexuality, and I understand that. It is, again, as I said 3 times during this talk, it has rocked your world. But you know what? I'm here to tell you, you have the strength, you have the power, and you've got a great group of people out there that can support you. If you don't have somebody personally, then I want to suggest you go to S&On. That's a place for women and men who have partners with sex addiction. COSA, another place for you to talk about your feelings. They are in person, face to face, and if there's not anybody in your area, then you have some online meetings that are actually via telephone. And I'm getting ready to start one in January, so feel free to want to work with me. I want to work with you. But that's not why I'm doing this. This is about you, and this is about you getting help. And I would much rather you do face-to-face than online. Why? Well, I don't know, because I believe in face-to-face. I love to be with my clients, so I want them to be with me. If it's not convenient, if you have small kids, if you're working 2 jobs, you might have to do online. But get the help you deserve. And as I say at the end of every radio show that I do, which is an amazing radio show on the internet called blogtalkradio.com/Sex Help with Carol the Coach. It's about sex addicts and their partners. I say there will only be one of you at all times, so I fearlessly want you to have the courage to be you. And that means you have to take care of yourself and you have to know yourself. You know what? I love you, and I'll see you soon for another video. I'm in your corner. There's lots of people that are. We'll talk to you soon. So thanks for listening to this video and letting Boo snooze over here. Hey, Boo. Say goodbye to everybody. Okay, I'll talk to you soon.